This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Crimson Tide. This place is charged up and ready for a big game today. And a rivalry like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, the tradition and the history, but right here, right now, there's great intensity. This is why these guys came to these schools to play in games like this. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week. LSU Tigers taking on the #1 team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler here in the booth at Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Now begin with a quick throw to the left. Breaks loose at the 40. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
And they finally stop him at a decent gain that time.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
The game makes it second and medium. Back to throw. It's Webb. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, but as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity, this rivalry, because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895, but you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Using his legs, it's Jones. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a first and goal.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense, waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice game.
Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, tie. Talk about a great way to start this game for setting the tone very early.
Yeah, sometimes it takes an offense a couple of drives to get comfortable. You could tell this unit came on the field locked in and focused. No slow start at all for these guys.
No problem with the PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. to make a difference today. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. The last time they played, of course, LSU won in a beatdown, something we rarely see an Alabama team just totally embarrassed.
Yeah, and I think the difference in that game was the line of scrimmage. LSU just had their way with Alabama up front, really on both sides of the football. But, you know, it's a new year. It's a new opportunity. This one, to me, is going to be a tight battle.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
As expected, this Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed, it's dangerous.
That sack makes it 2nd down and forever. We'll hand it off. Breaks loose at the 45. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain in the first down.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And now the handoff. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. So now from the 27, the offense faces a 3rd and short. How aggressive will they play it? They'll try to run for the first down. Defense all over it. They stop him. I don't think he got it.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
The coach decides no field goal attempt. The offense is out there to go for it on 4th down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
I can really appreciate this offensive coordinator not trying to just do something crazy. You're less than a foot away from the first down line. Just punch it in and pick up a first down. That's what they call here, and it works out perfectly.
The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit, they didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
Extending the play now. They get him down, but that's a good run, enough to move the sticks and keep this drive going.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinator. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. And they finally bring him down at the 5. Offense really threatening now.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. And there's the handoff. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. 3rd down play here out of the shotgun. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. Drop for a loss after the catch on 3rd down. Sets up a 4th down now. So we begin the 2nd quarter with a field goal attempt as the kicking team is out there. They'll set up for the chip shot on the left hash mark. Kick is up and no good. after the miss, still down by 7.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Looking for a gap, it's Jones. They'll tackle him at the 27. Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, for this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years. Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Looking downfield, it's Webb. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Second down after the incompletion. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Third down upcoming after that completion. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Over the middle, it's Hoffman. The tackle is made, but the offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8. They attack the deep middle of this defense, come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties.
He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his 2nd touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the point after is good. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. That Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made on the right side. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
And they get some positive yards here. But just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Offense will keep it on the ground here. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense. This middle linebacker can play all over the field. That's how they bring him in the blitz, and he gets home.
Yeah, usually you think of this middle linebacker who's kind of a sideline-to-sideline player defending the run, but here the timing and the instincts as a blitzer coming right through the middle of that offensive line, and he gets to the quarterback.
Oh, and he's got some space here. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? Great cut there. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That's a solid run, good for first down yardage. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. To throw, it's Webb. Looking for his big tight end. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open.
That's a great job of working the middle of the field by this quarterback, and he picks up big yards.
Alabama's offense now lining up on 1st and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
This offense. That's this guy's 3rd touchdown. But give the offensive line a lot of credit. They're getting enough of a push to give him some room to show you what he can do with that space.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Kickoff team's on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. He'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. He stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? Quick throw to his receiver. Fired into a tight window and picked off. He'll be taken down, but after a good return.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Play action here on 1st down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
It's the 2-minute warning. We've got a blowout developing here before halftime. Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Can he make it to the marker? They bring him down after a gain. Looks like they'll spot it inches short of a 1st down.
Boy, this guy did everything that he could to try to get to that 1st down marker. It looks like he's just going to be inches short. And it's decision time for the offensive coordinator and head coach.
A running play called on 4th down. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a 4th down play, and they will take over.
That's crazy.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
That's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
And that run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again. Somehow catches a break on this tip ball. If this one was an interception, he better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. A gain sets up a 3rd down play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. He's moving out of the pocket. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Big gain across midfield all the way down to the 34-yard line.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Oh, and he can't quite hold on. Chance for the big fella to come up with a takeaway there. Sets up a 2nd down. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the 1st half. The offense already has 1 4th-down conversion. They do it for a 2nd time. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Just gets it away, taking a shot. Oh, the pass is picked off. And he's got some open field ahead. And he'll be brought down as time runs out here in the 1st half. And that will do it for the 1st half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And they stop him at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The first job here, protect the football. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. He breaks free, using his legs here. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Short pass finds the tight end. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And, right, the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice 1st down.
We're gaining some breathing room now. Tackled at the 26.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
3rd down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. Send the back in motion. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
They've converted 1 of their 2 4th down attempts so far. Looks like we're going to get a 3rd attempt right here. Quarterback drops back. He's brought down, a sack for the defense coming up big on this fourth down play.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
And they'll stop him after a short gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. To the air. It's Webb. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Touchdown, Bama. And this one is getting ugly. And momentum really building now, but this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
Point after, not right through.
LSU, 0.
And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6. It's a fumble. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Takes the handoff. It's Jones.
But the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense.
325.
Takes the toss and heads left. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turns around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction to where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up.
Here we go.
And here's the handoff. Eludes a tackle. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. They'll hand it off. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First and goal, handoff. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
But the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Here's the option play. Oh, a fumble here. Can you believe it? They scoop up the ball. It's still a live play.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks have got to do a better job of having awareness and taking care of the football. I felt like he got the ball away from his body there a little bit, allowing it to be knocked free. He caught a break because one of his own teammates was able to see that and get on top of the ball.
And the offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Going the other way, can they catch him? Across midfield. He's past the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the defense joins the party with a pick six. And a pick six, a monster play by this defense here, Kirk.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
The offense still out there. They're going for two here. They're going to run the option. Oh, and it's fumbled. The lateral goes wrong. Offense recovers the fumble, maintains possession.
That keeps the score Alabama.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Looks like Alabama will have the first down.
Hey, it's not a lot, but you know what? It's enough for the first down. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. They'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quick throw, the catch is made. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Catch hauled in here over the middle. And the defense wraps him up quickly. Got about 5 yards on the completion, but now it's fourth down. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. After adding 3 more points to the lead, they're set to kick it off.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The fumble the last time out, symbolizing their struggles here today. That's why they're in a big hole. Pressure is coming. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time. They bring him down pretty quickly here. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, The offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. He's hit as he throws it. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. It's a bit of a risk. With that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Recovery by the defense. Headed the other way. Touchdown. Tied. And the defense joins the party with a score.
Oh, it's your worst nightmare if you're a quarterback. They bring the blitz. He doesn't recognize it. Ball goes on the ground. Defense does a great job of picking this thing up. That's exactly what they hope for. Catch the quarterback off guard. It works out. It gets him the touchdown.
He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive.
And the LSU offense will take over. First and 10.
Here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. They've got to get things going here. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Under heavy pressure, he takes a shot. The QB throws his third pick of the day. He's got some room and some blockers here. And he steps out of bounds after the great hit and solid return to set up his offense.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Suddenly off the interception, it's first and goal for this offense. Trying the run, it's Jones. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
So off the loss, it's second and goal from the 11. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Looking to pass here on second down. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown continues. This is an ominous sign for LSU. The Crimson Tide beginning to really roll now, Kirk, and pull away here.
Chris, we thought this would be a highly contested game with both these teams typically at the top of the SEC standings. But give Alabama a lot of credit. Everything going their way today.
Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And the LSU offense will take over. First and 10.
And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. They stop him right at the 24.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back, just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. He's swarmed by the pass rush, a sack to end this drive.
Now, the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still's got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Alabama now operating in the red zone. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want, whatever we feel like doing.
And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Solid gain puts him in good position for second down and goal. Touchdown, Alabama. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there.
And the LSU offense will take over. First and 10.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. This thing is so out of hand, all you can do now is play for a little shred of pride. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this defensive line is bringing the heat. They come up with another sack.
Short throw complete to the tight end. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
First down, looking to throw the football. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete in this game. They're down big, and now they're just hoping for that clock to run out.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Down he goes, a sack.
If this team can hold on today and win, this pass rush deserves all the credit in the world. They have gotten after this quarterback so many times. Really, every time the opposing offense does something positive, it feels like a sack just stops any progress.
The offense is still on the field. They're only 1 for 4 on fourth down plays so far. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play.
Timeout, LSU.
It's fourth down and a long way to go, but they're going to go for it.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Flip.
There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And the clock winding down, they'll take a deep shot. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Steps out after a crucial takeaway. This could be a big turning point. There might not be a sweeter feeling in college football if you walk off the field knowing that you have taken care of business and beaten a rival.
Nothing better than that. That's one of the feelings that you'll never forget. For everyone in this program who supports this team and played on that football field, they'll never forget this win. A well-earned victory and bragging rights until they play again.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. From Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.